The 30 monks who thought they were Arahants. There is a story about 30 monks who practiced meditation, samadhi, during the Buddha's time. These 30 monks meditated and entered refined, deep meditative states until their minds, citta, attained absorptions, jhana, called fine material absorptions, rupa jhana, and immaterial absorptions, arupa jhana. Once the mind enters those states, instead of wisdom arising and contemplating the Dhamma, that's not what happened. These 30 monks continued striving in that single method. During the day and at night, they solely practiced meditation until they became proficient in it. Their minds constantly dwelled in meditation. Their minds were calm and refined, past the stage of momentary concentration, khanika, past the stage of access concentration, upachara, past the stage of full meditative concentration, appana, into rupa jhana and arupa jhana, or what is called attainments, samapatti. These 30 monks practiced until they became proficient in meditation. Even so, these 30 monks who meditated to refined stages did not experience wisdom arising at all. What's more, they assumed about themselves and their group. Having meditated to this stage, we do not possess anger, we do not possess delusion, we do not possess lust for sensual pleasures. And they really didn't have any, because the power of meditation had suppressed them. The defilements, desires, and ignorance that existed within their minds were not active, because the power of meditation suppressed them. What was the ultimate result? They assumed that they possessed Dhamma virtue. They assumed that we have attained the path, magga, and fruit, phala. There were no defilements in their minds, so they thought that they were noble individuals, Aryapugalas, or Arahants. This is merely from having heard that Arahant noble individuals do not possess defilements, desires, or ignorance in their minds. They do not possess love or lust for sensual pleasures. Now, having meditated to that point, their minds also didn't have any love or lust for sensual pleasures. So they took that to mean that they were noble individuals, that they were fully enlightened. Thus, they left that place and suggested to one another, our mental cultivation and meditation has reached the pinnacle. We are noble individuals. We do not possess lust, anger, or love. Let us all go and pay our respects to the Buddha in order to receive a determination from him of our Dhamma attainments. They set out from the forest and mountains in order to receive a declaration from the Buddha that they were perfected ones. The Buddha knew what the 30 monks were thinking, and he knew that they were incredibly wrong. So he told Venerable Ananda, "Hear me, Ananda. May you go and tell the 30 monks not to come and see me yet. Have those 30 monks stay in the cemetery. Bring them to see me the following day." Having received these orders from the Buddha, Venerable Ananda went to intercept the 30 monks at the entrance of Jetavana Monastery. Once the 30 monks arrived, Venerable Ananda told them, "Hear me, elders. I have received orders from the Buddha that you are to stay over at the cemetery first. Tomorrow you may pay your respects to the Buddha." The 30 monks had to obey Venerable Ananda's orders, so they went to stay at a cemetery near Jetavana Monastery. While they were at the cemetery, the Buddha conjured a vision, nimitta, of a beautiful woman. It was as if she were lying dead in the cemetery. She appeared to be sleeping. There wasn't a single cloth covering her body. When the monks approached, they saw that young woman and thought, "Who is lying here?" Close up, she looked like a dead person. She looked like she was sleeping. What the 30 monks saw and thought was similar. As the woman's organs were still intact, they thought in a base manner. They only thought about sensual pleasures. After thinking for a while, all of the monks experienced the arousal of lust in their minds. They felt sexual desire. They realized, we all still possess lust and desire. We aren't yet able to shed them. Thereafter, the monks had to rely on their memory of what they had learned from various schools, They contemplated the corpse in terms of the principles of filth, asubha, in order to see that, no matter how beautiful this body may be, one day in the future, this body will rot and decay, decompose, and revert back into earth, water, and fire, according to its original elements. When I die, I will die just like this woman. Each of them stood there contemplating the impermanence of the body. When it comes to our bodies, it isn't that you have to be old to die. That's not how it is. Young men and young women can die. Once we die, the value of our bodies is the same. That is, they are rotten, decayed, and entirely filthy. Old people who die can rot and decay. Young people who die can rot and decay. Everyone must die and be this way, regardless of whether that person is a monk, novice, or nun, regardless of whether that person is the offspring of an individual of high status, a wealthy individual, a merchant, or a poor person. When we die, the 4 elements and 5 aggregates are bound to be the same way. The 4 elements must similarly decay and similarly disintegrate. After these monks had contemplated impermanence and not self, anatta, from that corpse, their minds became calm once again, and they contemplated once more. They experienced a disillusioning awakening that, I will also have to be this way. In the end, they used wisdom to contemplate the same thing over and over again many times. Ultimately, their minds became composed, and all 30 of them attained arahantship. This is the story of those 30 monks.